Okay, this mom is a little upset. She wants to know if she should be blasting this lady. She wants to remain anonymous, but in her email to the KVJ show, she said, if you saw someone involved in abusing your nonverbal autistic toddler 2 years ago, and I have a video of the daycare director and her two daughters force feeding my kid a red zone no-go food. This incident was recorded and led to a massive investigation that got the daycare shuttered the same day with over 20 violations. What would you do if you saw this person soliciting for nanny jobs on Facebook in your community, bragging that she is majoring in elementary education with an endorsement in special ed when she literally helped abuse your own special needs kid? Would you go full mama bear mode and post the video all over Facebook and local community pages warning your neighbors, or would you be the bigger person and not say anything at all?
I don't know if I would blast the video everywhere because that is a little bit too public and broad reaching. I would definitely stay on this though, because you have to protect whatever family she goes to work for. And you've got to try to figure out if she goes to work for somebody locally, that video needs to be seen by that family. Because there's no way, if this individual had abused an autistic child before, I would ever be able to sleep at night knowing I didn't tell them who they were hiring.
Well, my question is there any kind of regulatory body that takes care of licensing for this kind of stuff?
For nannies? I don't think so.
Yeah, well, she's talking about the fact that not only it's not just the nanny part of it, but majoring in elementary education with an endorsement in special ed. Now, the endorsement itself in special ed, I believe that that is something that is handed out by a governing body, that they give you this endorsement. And to me, that might be the question to bring up is say, hey, you've endorsed this person for special ed. They have a credential based from you. You need to be aware of this person you are endorsing with this special ed credential and make them aware that possibly they might want to revoke it.
Oh, if I knew somebody was dealing with someone like that, they're seeing that video. I'm letting them know who they're getting in bed with, what they're doing, and I even let the person know. Go, hey, I got a video of you, and are you sure you really want to be teaching? Because I've got this video, and you're not going to get a job if it gets released. Also, too, pizzas every single Monday night for the rest of my life.
Oh, okay.
You're a blackmailer?
Yeah.
Snack mailer.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a really interesting question. And I get where, look, part of me is like, okay, well, you got to try to remove the vindictive part of this. And I don't blame you for feeling the way that you do. But there is a strong argument that you are actually looking out for other kids who might come across this terrible person. And there, I think sometimes we actually have a responsibility. It's not about being petty or you're trying to be vindictive. You are trying to be protective of other people's kids or the kids themselves from this terrible person, because not everybody is cut out for childcare.
You are correct.
Even with all your credentials, some people just don't have the right temperament of the trade.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so to me, I think that's maybe more effective. I don't know where she is credentialed or who has given her the endorsements, but whatever that body might be presenting this video to them is evidence to say you need to be aware of the experience I have with this person that you're endorsing. So that's my initial thought, but I am not well steeped in this kind of knowledge. So if anybody has any thoughts on how you would handle it, should this mama put this teacher on blast on Facebook, I think is ultimately her question, or would you handle it a separate way?
I want you to keep your hands clean to protect yourself. So do it smart, but make sure she can't hurt another kid with autism.
And maybe go on TikTok and probably go more viral than Facebook.
Okay, yeah, you're probably right, yeah. Now, there are some thoughts on this. Rachel had said that the FLDOE handles that if she is a teacher, if she's a daycare provider, that is going to be governed as well. Because my thought was, well, if she does have an endorsement in special ed, then maybe you could let the people who gave that credential and endorsement know and let them see the video and say, this is somebody you're endorsing. You might want to revoke that.
I don't think the daycare or the place is open anymore, right? Isn't that what she said, that it got shut down? I think she's acting independently, soliciting for nanny gigs.
Well, I think if she has an endorsement, that probably is coming from a body. There is a group, my wife, for her daycare, she has all kinds of different endorsements and credentials and things like that by these different groups or schools or whatnot that, kind of endorse you. So it's a criteria and a credential that a lot of times you'll want that parents will be looking for. So that was my thought. If that's something, and there is a body that handles that they might say, yeah, we're going to revoke that credential. Somebody else texted in, they said, if the person worked for a daycare and it was investigated, there are state reports. Those should come up in background checks that teachers go through before they are hired. That person should have a paper trail that would prevent her from getting hired if she had violations on her. So does she have a track record? Has anything been documented with this person?
And is a private family going to know to do a background check into her status?
Yeah, hopefully they would. But yeah, I don't know, if there's one database where you can pull up a ton of information on this. There should be, because you should know a teacher's full history if you're going to be hiring them, especially on a one-on-one with your kid. Somebody else said, so if she has a clean background and no criminal charges were ever filed, nobody's ever going to know about her quote-unquote background. So mama should totally put this teacher on blast on Facebook. And another person said, I would have no problem posting in her threads. Does everyone hiring you know what you did to my child? Because I'll happily send them the video if they want to see it. They had said, I wouldn't publicly post that video because that's not going to be fair to your child.
Yeah, well, somebody needs to see the video. You don't have to blast it on social media if you don't want to go down that route. But yeah, the person that's trying to employ that person, they need to see that video.
And if for nothing else, to protect those children, especially if they are special needs kids, especially if they're nonverbal, because a nonverbal kid can't protect himself. It is up to the parents and the grown-ups around that care to protect that nonverbal child.
Mm-hmm. So of all the people that we polled on KVJ TV on YouTube, only 4% said stay quiet. Don't do anything. That's 4% of people.
You can't stay quiet.
25% of people said that they would blast this teacher on Facebook. They would go on ahead and, I guess, let everybody on there know, hey, this is what she's done. 33% would approach this teacher personally to say, here's what you did to my kid. I see you out there trying to find other jobs.
Yes.
And that's not right, because you're not qualified to do what you do. You don't have the right temperament for this.
And by the way, look at this video.
Yes, I've got you on video. And 37% said that they would try to have her endorsement revoked, whatever that is. So
we're probably going to her employee or employer and saying, this is what you're trying to hire right here, and let's get her revoked.
Yeah, so that's how people would break it down. One person said, she's probably even lying about her endorsement.
That very well could be true.
And that's why, and this is a lesson to parents out there. If you're about to hire somebody that's going to be working personally and intimately with your child, know these governing bodies that do hand out this stuff. I'm sure that they would be happy to let you know whether or not they've truly credentialed this person as they say they have. I would check each and every single credential and endorsement that they have on there.
Pay for the background check. Yeah, it might be a little bit of cash you have to pay for, but do it. Do everything. Do criminal, do endorsements, do personal references, do former employees. Have her checked out thoroughly.
Also, when you're acting a fool and someone's got you on video, don't be shocked if somebody unloads on you and releases it. Just don't be shocked about it.
Videos are forever.